In business, cash is king. But if you're just getting started in the industry, you may be asking yourself, what if I don't have enough cash? Or maybe you're already in business and looking for ways to grow, but don't have the collateral for a traditional business loan. Then factoring may be the solution for you. I'm Benjamin Kowalski with Freight 360, where we provide the latest transportation sales tips and training videos to help you reach your goals faster. Let's jump into it. In a perfect world, brokers would invoice their customers and receive an immediate payment. Then the broker would turn around and pay the carrier immediately, while retaining the profit in between to pay their expenses. Well, what's the problem with this? Well, for starters, we don't live in a perfect world. And many businesses don't or can't pay invoices immediately. And this creates a gap in the broker's cash flows. Now, in most cases, a broker will pay their carrier in 21 to 30 days, and will even offer a quick pay option where the carrier is paid in as little as 1 day for a nominal fee. Now, even though brokers may have set payment terms with their customers, the customers ultimately decide when the invoices will actually be paid. Some will pay within 30 days, others won't. It isn't uncommon for some shippers to pay in 45 days, some longer. So we'll take you through a brief example where you invoice a customer for $1,000 and have agreed to pay the carrier $850. Now, if your customer pays you in 45 days, but you need to pay the carrier in 30, you'll need to have those funds on hand before you ever receive a dime from your customer. And in this example, you'll need to cover 15 days of payments for every single load you run with this shipper. And this doesn't even account for the common payment delays such as claims and rate disputes. This cash flow gap is the reason most brokerages fail, second only to not being able to secure customers, and is exactly why many brokers and carriers utilize factoring companies. But you're still probably asking, what exactly is factoring, Ben? Well, factoring is the process of selling your invoices or receivables to another company, a factoring company, in exchange for a fee. Those fees can range from 1 point to 5 points and may either be a flat or a variable charge calculated on the days the invoice is actually outstanding. So let's take a look at that same example again and see how a factoring company could be utilized. Now, rather than invoicing your customers for $1,000, you would sell or factor the invoice to a factoring company. And then after their 3% fee, your invoice is now worth $970. But in addition to that 3% fee, factoring companies will commonly hold back a portion of the invoice and only pay out 95% initially. So you'll receive $950 of the original $1,000 invoiced immediately. Then you'll receive the other $20 down the road once the factoring company receives their payment from your customer. Factoring can help newer brokers without sufficient cash on hand, and it can help brokers grow their businesses and add customers without being concerned with payment terms. Now, this doesn't mean you're able to operate without the risk of your customers not paying anyone. Because if the shipper doesn't pay, the broker is still liable for the lost revenue even though the factoring company was used. What it does mean is that you are able to leverage economic specialization and let the factoring company do what they do best, evaluate credit risks of shippers, while you focus on what matters to your business, getting more customers and hauling more freight. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you're considering using a factoring company, please reach out to us in one of the links below. And remember, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right.